the origin POV of this. And yeah, I do have a 3-minute delay on, so there is no stream sniping. That means that the games will be a little bit in the past, as well as I won't reply as quickly. And of course, for those people at the start of the stream, you will kind of be a little bit later than when I was supposed to start. But they don't start until 15 minutes. I just wanted to go over kind of what X Blitz Cup is in like a general sense. And oh, we just got pinged for it too. So let me put this up on screen. So this is X Blitz Cup. You have 12 teams from EU, 4 from NA. They're all playing together, kind of like Twisted Offline's, not hosted by Wargaming, not, nearly as finished. It's not polished. I still have no idea what server I'm supposed to start on, but I'm guessing it's EU. So we will be looking at these 4 today. I will be streaming BPS and Origin, Akva versus Origin, Love versus Origin, and Origin versus QQ down at the bottom here. So yeah, that is what we have for today. Let me see. Okay, it is not ready to go live yet. The delay has not caught up. And then tomorrow I will be doing, actually down here, tomorrow I will be doing this area. It will be, actually no, it's not that area, hold on. Is it this? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so it will be BLM versus Akva, Origin versus BLM, which will be held all on NA, and then BLM versus Quick right here. So here are the maps for the corresponding colors, or not colors, numbers. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 just for today will be these 4 here. And I do have map videos going on as well. There we go. Stream is starting. Perfect. Let me know if all the audio is good. I know you guys are gonna see this in 3 minutes, but it's always good to ask. So they actually just pinged for this. Let me look at this. Room 1 EU. None of me. None of me. None of me. All me. Okay, so the first map will be played on EU. Okay. And the rest of the game's on NA. Alright. So I do have, perfect, I have Ben as the organizer of my room, which is great. He is the organizer or the event creator. I'm pretty sure this is all for other people here. I'm just going to make sure, yeah, these are all other players and other teams. There's the maps once again if you guys want to take a picture. But I will be doing this right here. BPS, Akva, Love, and Quick all against Origin, and Cora is streaming his POV as well. Make sure to check that out. I will be overhead. He will not. I don't know. There are no messages in that thread, right? Perfect. So let me, I don't know what the room is actually called. It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't let me know the name, but It is on EU. Thankfully, I did get on the right one. Let me see if room 2, room 3, room 4. What room was I? I am room 4. Perfect. So this will be it here. I am going to pull up the maps on my phone real quick so I know which ones to do for the map views at the start of each game. And welcome in everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome Hydra, Lemon, Darkman, Toasted, and to anyone who is not you know, chatting, as well as you, Pan. So give me a moment to get the maps up. So first we have Alpenstadt on EU, then Rockfield on NA, and Desert Sands on NA if they do best of 5. So it is 2 Alpenstadt, 2 Rockfield, and then 1 tiebreaker on Desert Sands if it is tied. I just want to keep that up there for reference. Audio's good, perfect. So we do have 8 minutes. I'm not going to start a match here. We have 8 minutes until that happens. I think I can just go back to this and show you guys more of these. Here are the official streamers. A lot of these people are not streaming right now. Like, I don't think Manu's streaming. I don't think Drippin' with Finesse is streaming. I know N9O's not streaming. 34 was on here, but he left. And I don't know who this person is, but what's up, Becca and Mike? Welcome in. 34 was on here, but he left and did not want to stream it. We do have, yep, Cora right here. Make sure to go check out Cora's channel. He's streaming all of Origin, so we will be streaming basically simultaneously, watching the same match, but I'll be overhead. He will be actually playing in the game. Then we have QQ on XKDKW, Days on Mercy. Mercy does have, I think, 4 teams. 4 teams, I think. But they just changed it with the number here. I can look at the teams here in a second. And then Love for Task Lane. Let me look at the teams. Here we go. We do, yeah, we have Mercy, 4 different Mercies. So Akva will basically just be another Mercy. We are playing Akva today. And I think that's all in general. Oh, I am also getting... I don't get any invites, Draconic. I'm on my press account, and it's not wargaming related. But I am, if I go down here, let me see, here we go. Not there. Let's see. 3 containers per day. So I'll be giving those. I'm not gonna. I haven't decided whether I'm just going to give them on stream, like in Discord, like one every so while in Discord, or if I'll do it after stream and randomly pick someone after stream. Let me know what you guys think. Should I do it just as the Discord bot, or with just like after stream randomly? And lots of you guys have won something from me. This will not count from it. I will not, you know, take it like I did before with Toasted. He already won a tier 10 tank from me, so I didn't let him take home 1200 gold. But if you win a tier 10 tank, you win anything from me, you can still win these because this is part of an event. It's not just like a normal giveaway. So everybody can participate in this. Normally I wouldn't let people who already won participate though. So I'm guessing this should be Alpenstat, right, for our first game? I got pinged down there. It should be Alpenstat, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1 is Alpenstat. We are on 1 right now. What's up, Zenus, James, Draconic? Welcome in. You're still waiting for your VK night. Oh yeah. You'll get it at the end of the month, don't worry. Don't worry, you'll get it at the end of the month. I might be able to show you my sheet to show you where you're gonna get it. Hold on. I got you right here. I'll give it to you at the end of the month, man. That's when Wargaming credits the accounts. So we're just waiting for Origin right now. None of Origin is here. Let me make sure. I'm just gonna message Core real quick. Make sure he knows that he's on NA. Or I mean on EU. Okay, perfect. Look like everything is going well. We are just waiting for Origin. And I also do have this view right here for the actual games. And then I have this view for the training rooms. And then of course I have an intermission, which I just put a random tank up there because I'm not always going to be in game. Where is BLM being streamed? BLM should be streamed by, hold on one moment. The Discord is like very flooded. I do have it here somewhere. Give me a moment. BLM Bay, BEY, POV for QQ. Then BLM will be streamed by Old School. In the second match, BLM will be streamed by Nobody on the third match. And then fourth match will be ENCTRT, whoever that is. After stream? After stream? Alright. That sounds good. So I'm guessing, yeah, these are all press accounts here that Wargaming gave them temporarily, of course. These shouldn't be any press accounts on the left. All the names that you see on the right without, like, you know, a clan right here is a press account. Okay, so we should be starting now. Obviously, it's not a Wargaming tournament. It doesn't automatically start. It's in a training room. So it is going to be a little bit later. I do expect to be streaming for at least 2 hours, hopefully not too much longer. But yeah, we're just waiting on 2 Origin players. This guy wants to spec. Maybe just his team. I don't know. He can't spec both, obviously. How do we watch BLM? Brother, we gotta wait for the delay. So I'm going to ready up, and then I should be able to get it underway here as soon as the 2 NA players would like to join the room and start. So I have not streamed on EU, I don't think so. Hopefully the ping is good to me. It has been previously. My press account is still, 60%, so obviously the ping isn't horrible. He named himself Rivals Cup 2025. What's up, Maurice? Welcome in. So yeah, I will do the giveaway after stream and pick a viewer randomly. So it does look like we have everybody in here. Perfect. I think this tournament there will be a decent amount of waiting simply because it's across servers and it's tournament players. You can't really count on tournament players, especially from NA in my experiences. Are these scrimmages? No, these are actually like, I guess you could call them scrims. Like, they're not really scrims. It's a tournament, but it does, help each team practice, of course. But no, these are like the actual tournament games. We have 2 on NA, 2 on EU, and then if there is a 5th game, then it will be on NA. It is best of 5. So unfortunately, there will be a lot of switching back and forth between the different servers. Let me look here at what that will look like. So we will do 2 on EU, switch to NA, 2 on NA, and then switch back to EU. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of switching. I don't know about that. At least I have someone, at least I have the organizer in my group, luckily. So we are already behind schedule, lovely. Alright, so here we go. Do we have the map underway? Do I have Alpenstat? Oh, I do have Alpenstat as a map video. Perfect. I will have that ready here. So, who do you guys think will win here? BPS or Origin? Both top clans on their respected servers, although they are a lot different on the servers. We do have Daniel here. I think Daniel will be streaming his POV. Alright. So we do have most of Origin going to the B cap, and we have a T100 LT for BPS capping A. Looks like they are going to establish A side and then try and not let Origin cap B here. We do have a AMX back here trying to stop C cap. He will not get there. The E100 will get around that. We do see Meow getting pushed through here. He does have reactive on. He will take lots of shots here. Origin will need to make a fast push down here on the bottom and focus fire as well as they can here. Meow gets in a nice spot behind the rock here. Makes it so Pat can't shoot him, and so does Symphony. We do see on the backside here it is a 3v1 on Flexibly. Down goes 2 tanks for Origin. Only 1 tank down for BPS. Symphony doing a great job of staying alive here. That is an extra gun in the game. Down goes Gent. It is a 4v6 here, although Symphony is at 52 HP. We do see whoever Rivals Cup is here kind of pushing out of cover, getting lots of bleeds on the teams. And yeah, it does not look good for Origin. BPS is doing great here, and it is on their respected server. We will see how they play on the North American server. Symphony coming in, finally putting in some damage, and yeah, Origin will lose this one here. All they have left is Even Steven. He still has reactive, uses it, but it will be game over here. That was a lot quicker of a match than I thought it would be, but Origin went in very, very quickly. Sets today, just 1. There's 4 today. So it should be Albenstat once again. I am not going to do the map video for a second time. I'm just going to do it introducing them. But yeah, there is going to be a lot of... No, Korra's the... His name is Korra, so obviously Rivals Cup isn't him. But yeah, so I'm not going to do the map videos more than once per map, and after this game we're actually switching to NA, so it will be not very polished. There'll be a lot of waiting here. I think they could have done it a little bit better and made it EU, NA, and then NA, and then EU, but they're doing EU, NA, EU, NA, EU, NA, and then EU, NA, so I have to switch like 6 different times or 7 different times. What's up, Tynoy? Welcome in. You like the music choice? Well, those were actually from Wargaming. Wargaming chose that music. Some people like them, some people don't. I think some of the music is great, some of it just doesn't fit. I just use what was given to me from Wargaming in the map videos. Alright. game number 2 is underway. We have red in BPS and blue in Origin as well. It's kind of hard. I almost said blue once because they don't have any clan tags at all. So I almost kind of messed up there. Kind of the same thing, but just swap spawns almost. Except they do have a bad chat here holding A side, getting nice shots in the Ranger there. But just like Origin, BPS is sending 4 AMXs towards B side. So very similar strats. Except Origin does have all of their AMXs down here instead of over towards A. Origin needs to get hold of a base cap here pretty soon, or they're going to get really low on bases if they kind of wait it out. Nothing much happening here. We do see a reposition of the bat chat, meaning most likely they will be repositioning towards C as well if they do think that Origin is coming for C, which actually kind of looks like they are. The T100LT is coming over here as well, and he will come over to C cap, not getting spotted there and getting in pretty safely. Nice shot on the M4 all the way out here. That's really weird. The M4 is all by himself in the corner of the map, but yeah, I think he realized that and he's going to start trying to back up and go towards his team for a brawl here momentarily. Ranger does get shot one time trying to make an escape from C-Cap. Even Steven almost getting a shot in here. Oh, he does. Nice Capola snipe. Ranger getting a shot again here. It looks like BPS will start to make a push, even though they do have an AMX M4 all the way over there. Still doing nothing. Ranger goes down. That is very bad here. Their only light tank is being taken out for making that seaside push, and they will just regain it back here. So it looks like we will have a 1v1 over there and then a 5-on-6 over here. Now they are stepping into B cap, but I am pretty sure that is most likely just to draw out the BPS players. We do see the 215B here, able to unfortunately not get a shell, and I don't know how that didn't pen, but won't get a shot in onto rivals. Although they are losing a tank, Origin still keeping up with the HP of BPS here. We still have the 1v1 over here. Actually, Flexiby just going all the way outside to make sure they win that 1v1, because they feel pretty confident here, although they are losing here in the brawls. Symphony going down to Cora here. There we go. Took a long time to shoot, but got to secure the shot as well. Rivals putting in this shell. Will most likely get finished off by Cora as well. Perfect. Looks like Origin is doing great here. They need to try and actually shoot the bat chat here instead of the MLEs, because the bat chat has the mobility, and obviously there's their T100 right there for mobility. Getting nice shots in here. They're all getting pretty low actually. The one player over there, Meow, actually did pretty good. He got the 215B2 half HP. They will then cap C, and it is looking a lot better for Origin here. It is a 4v3. They have changed the tides, although BPS does have a bad chat here. Looks like BPS will be trying to take both A and B. Hopefully Origin can stop the cap at B. And yeah, look, we do have two tanks coming in the back, stopping that there, and it does look like an Origin win for this one here, unless the bat chat can cook something up. We do see him all the way over here, spotting Korra. If Korra does get into a bad position here and gets tracked, it could look bad. There's the track. Okay, he does have a repair kit. That could have been worst case scenario right there if Korra did get tracked and killed, as the bat chat would have circled around 2 and 13. But Rivals will pick up the 215B here, and all that's left is the bat chat, but they win to base cap. So it is 1-1, which I think is great for Origin because they are on EU server. So hopefully we don't have to switch so quick. But oh my god, he's already done. Alright. Going to switch maps here. Or switch servers. It's gonna be lots of switching, unfortunately. I do think if they kept the 215B in the brawl, they would have easily won that game. BPS, instead of sending the 215B to the 2v1, then they would have easily just won that game. What's up, Artist, Turtle, Bot, Florine, Roxanne? Welcome into the stream. Okay, so I'm almost fully in now. I just have to claim the 3-day gift. Lovely. Then room 4 here. Here we go. There we go. So it is currently 1-1. I should make a, hold on. Let me make a counter in the bottom right to show the score. Because I do have the score like shown on the map, but because we're switching servers, the map doesn't actually work. So let me just find a place to put the score. We'll just do it in default text. I don't think it really matters. Alright, there we go. There's the score. It's kind of scuffed. Little score icon, but it's alright. I think I actually do have time to kind of mess with that if they're going to take a little bit longer. I'm gonna try and do it similar to the one up above. There we go. That's a little bit similar to the top one. Alright. We'll just keep that there. 1-1. So the next map here will be Rockfield. Let me see if I have a Rockfield video. I do. Perfect. Sup, Splooge? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Best of 5 or best of 7? Best of 5. At least for now, it is best of 5. I'm not sure about the future. I'm guessing it will increase over the future, as any tournament will. But yeah, it is best of 5 for the first few matches here. Alright, that's the last player for EU. How am I supposed to say this name? I'm just gonna say the AMX. Like F123FG21J2F00. It does look like a few of these most of these players are not in their respected clans. They're kind of just scattered around here. We have 3 in INF. I'm actually the other Origin player. So there's actually 2 Origin players really in this tournament. But nonetheless, we should start here very, very soon. Let me know how stream is going. Let me know if everything's going well, if the audio's right, if the, anything's right, the gameplay, if anything's laggy, if anything's, out of the ordinary, just anything in general. All feedback is appreciated, because this will be, I wouldn't say this is my first tournament style stream, but it is my first official, like really official tournament. Like, I do stream scrims, I stream community tournaments. This is a community tournament. It's just like, a lot more organized and a lot bigger. Yeah, I don't think this is the actual Origin comp team. I do know Up, Down, Left, Right, Ranger, even Steven, Akame are all like on the team, I think. Alright, so this map we do actually see lots of boosts. I don't think there will be any boosts in this game though. Alright, so Origin will now be the blue team and BPS will be the red team with no clan tags at all. We do see BPS taking all C side control and Origin taking all A side control. So they're really going to be fighting on this B cap here, and it's really hard for A, unless they're sitting right here, to get shots on B, because their only other way to get shots on B is here and here. Oh my, lots of damage into Punisher there. He is at 500 HP. Great job for Origin here. It is best of 5, so if Origin does win 2 here, they will win and beat BPS. The next 2 games, or 3 games including this one, are all on NA, so they do favor the North American server here. Oh, we do see a climb over here. The T100 satellite is climbing and he got boosted up there. MF, please look at the server to where Joker is playing. I am not streaming Joker, at least not yet, so that will not be on this channel at all. Not for the first few days. But Origin kind of coming back and hiding a little bit. I wouldn't say hiding, just condensing themselves. We are waiting for a push from BPS because they do have B cap. I think I missed that when looking at the T100 LT satellite back here. I think I missed the B cap play, but we do have the T100 LT satellite here. Obviously, getting lots of shots here onto the enemy players here. He does hit that actually with premium. I'm surprised. Does look like we have a side push here. A 2v1, not looking good for BPS. 980. Origin will probably sweep this one very, very quickly. They are down 3,000 hit points here. Even Steven picks that up. We do have Postor trying to get B cap, but that just puts himself more out into the open. We do have Whiskey out here who should be able to kill Daniel, unless the E50M Monster Evo does. But that is game on base cap. Origin wins with 1,000 base cap points. That was not the best performance from BPS there. Origin did great with the focus firing and very, very great with the bleeds on that AMX M4. So Joker will be, or not Joker, Origin will be on our right here, so I will put the score on the right. I probably can you know, touch that up a little bit, the scores. But Origin, great job there. What is that name? I'm thankful I do not have to put that guy in the game, or say that guy's name in game. That is, it just spam the keyboard. What are 3 fan containers? So fan containers are things you get from official wargaming streams, and I am a official wargaming streamer, so I will be giving away 3 fan containers. I'm not too sure what they have inside of them. I can try and look. I don't really know where I would look though, as normally it all shows on the wargaming website, but we are not, of course, on the wargaming website right now because this is a community tournament. So let's see if we will see any boosts here as well. Doesn't, oh, here we go. We do see a boost here from BPS once again. If they can get him up there. Daniel's just, oh, they do get him up there. Perfect. No boosts from Origin yet again. Origin taking all of Seaside control here. They have a Kron to put right here to get shots onto B cap. That is great. Pretty soon here, BPS is going to need to take control of A cap. We have all of BPS kind of back here towards the left, except of course the T100 LT up there. Back towards the left, looking to make a push on someone if they go to A, but it looks like nobody's actually going to A. We just have even Steven here spotting A and holding it down. Symphony going to B here. He probably will actually get it, I think. There's nobody really to combat that. unless we have a YOLO here by an AMX, there's not any teams to combat that. Ooh, do get a nice shot in there, but it wasn't in time here. N13 getting a nice fire into Symphony. About even hit points here, but Symphony will be taken out here. Origin has their hit points spread across all of their tanks, which I do think is a lot better. What they do need to be worrisome about is that T100 satellite at the top of the mountain. It's really hard to make pushes when you have that guy spamming you the entire game whenever you try and make a play. So what Origin needs to do now is get another base cap here soon. They can try and move their assets towards Pozdrav over here and take him out, which will put them up a lot. If they take him out, they will effectively go up 2 tanks on hit points as well. We do have Lexley trying to go down here, trying to take out even Steven, but there's 3 AMXs there. We have a 2v1 here putting in lots of work. Even hit points, even though BPS is down 2 tanks here. N13 getting really low. He will just back up here, looks to be fine. Ranger getting lots of shots in the DX here. This is the small brawl that will decide the game right here. If they can come out with their light tanks, which I think they actually will be able to. That's looking great. Origin with a 2-0 sweep on North American server, most likely. We will see what Cora can do here. He does get tracked. Thankfully, he doesn't instantly repair it. Gets a nice shot there into the S-Conk. That will probably secure their game right there. It is a 6v1. And I think that will be it. Origin will win the best of 5. 3-2-1. Great job from Origin here. They went on base cap again. So obviously base caps are very, very important in tournaments, but positioning is the biggest factor. So I'm guessing we head back over to NA or EU for Akva versus Origin. Alright. I think that will be it here for this set at least. Alright, perfect. We are done with that. Let me go into intermission here. Next, I am pretty sure is on EU, but let me be certain. Let me pull up Discord. I'm messaging the tournament organizer because he told me 2 different things previously. So hold on for that. But that is a clear Origin win. Against BPS here. So great job there. Let me read this real quick. The first map will be played on EU, the rest of the game's on NA. Okay, so let me switch over to that real quick. I think if I just roll it again, it should pop up with that. Yeah, perfect. So let me go back to EU real quick. There will be lots of switching this tournament, unfortunately, but just gonna have to kind of deal with it. It's not my tournament. I can't, come up with the ideas and rules. But the next 3 maps will be Canal, Middleburg, and Fort Despair for a best of 5 tiebreaker. So let me see if room 4 is up. This. Okay, so they're already in it. I just wasn't in it, which is good. So we don't have to work. Or not work, wait too long. So Akva is a variation of Mercy. There are 4 Mercy clans, and Akva is just a variation of that. Because, I don't know, they wanted to do that for EU. They just wanted to have 4 Mercy teams and then 4 other teams for EU. And then we have 4 NA teams for NA. There was going to be 1 APAC team. Good thing because I was not switching to APAC. My ping would have been horrible. I don't think APAC would have worked out, not gonna lie. But there would have been 1 APAC team. They would have just had to play on EU, I feel. But let me change the score. It is not 2-1. It is 0-0 right now. But we will start off with Canal. Correct. So we do see the quote-unquote meta tanks being used a lot, which would be the AMX M4, T100 LT / Batchat, E50M, 215B, Super Conqueror, Ho-Ri, and I think that would be the main, meta tanks. You do see a mouse here and there and some other situational tanks. Like we just saw Kron being used by Korra on the last map, but it's just very situational. So Origin is up 1-0. I'm following Origin the entire day. They are up 1-0 against, I guess, EU teams, or just in general, they're up 1-0. So we do have Akva instantly taking low. I do think that the lower position here is definitely better, I would say. I definitely feel more comfortable taking the lower position here, as it's a lot easier to defend the other bases. They don't have anyone at A yet. The C100LT is working its way over there. You see N13 getting shots on. Does he not see the T100LT right there? Unspotted. There we go. Now they get a shot into it. Great job there by N13. I still don't think Wildberger was even spotted, but they are spotting over there towards A. N13 doing a great job. Origin already down a lot on HP. I think that is mainly because they have how many E50Ms? 4 E50Ms. That is most likely why. It's going to be hard to make a push when you have 4 E50Ms, so I don't really know how well that is going to work out here. They only have one anchor tank, and that would be the AMX here. And the rest of the tanks are kind of just sitting back waiting for a seaside push. It's really the only spot that you can push here. The only spot that Origin is set up to push. I almost said BPS because Korra is in BPS. But no, red is Origin, blue is Akva, which is a version of Mercy. The only spot that you can kind of grab here is C. That is just, no, it's way too out in the open to grab B. Hence why nobody has actually grabbed B. Hit points are varied by about 2,000, but the DPM makes up for it. Korra does get shot by the Hori. Gets shot by everything, actually. That is unfortunate, trying to cap C. Feel like it would have been better to kind of cap right here instead, because you have the Hori staring you down with a barrel. N13 getting really, really low here. Even Steven spotted behind. Not looking good for Origin at all here. They're going to have to come up with something smart to try and catch Mercy off guard here, or Akva. You can easily see why I do think the lower end of canal down here, seaside, not seaside, A side, is a lot better here. Korra again trying to cap C. He might die for that push. We do have Chester going all in for it. He will kill Korra, but then kind of take himself out of the battle here. Korra goes down here. We need to see lots of focus fire here from Origin. They need to take out Chester here really, really quickly. There he goes. They're still pretty close to losing on base cap here. N13 needs to stay alive, and they need to pick up a kill here. I think the only kill that they will be able to grab is Days. They're just going to get nuked for going there, though. Gent gets tracked, but they haven't been shot by these players here yet. Here's the Ho-Ri, and there's the LT. Gent getting nuked. Gent goes down. And so does N13. It looks like Akva will pick this one up actually quite easily, I would say. Ranger at one shot, but unfortunately Meow goes down first. So what happened there is they just made a kind of a D side push, but they didn't have the tanks to re-push C if they needed to, which of course they did. Let me change that real quick. I feel like a dash works a little better there. Although I do like that. I don't know, we will just keep it there for now. But good job there from Akva. They did great. And now we will see the same map once again, but swapped spawns. I do have a poll running. Who do you guys think from NA will place the highest? I'm not sure if it, ended already, but it is on YouTube on my channel. Let me look at that real quick. I think you can still vote on it, but most people think Joker will win. We have Joker, Origin, Apex, and BLM, and that is kind of what you would expect because Joker and Origin are top teams. Apex, of course, is good, and then BLM is kind of unheard of a little bit, unless in like brawls and scrims. I don't think BLM has placed top 4 or top 8. But we will watch them tomorrow and see how well that goes. Akva taking low again here. Origin taking D side again. We will see how that works out. 3 tanks crossing bridges here. Daze does get shot through that little hole right there. No damage taken for the Origin M4s. So the exact same situation happening now. They just, no, they have the same 4 E50Ms. Okay, we will see if they learn from their mistake last time and try to do better. It is the exact same composition here for both teams, except they have a 4-shell bat chat instead of a T100LT. Everything else is the exact same. Also, if you guys are watching, make sure to check out Cora here in the Hori. He is streaming his POV of this match, and I'm just overhead view. I'm the commentator. He is, streaming his player POV. Nice shots from the E50Ms back here. It does look like they're kind of making a small push towards B here. They should have used the Mega Lion tank. Yeah, obviously. If you guys used the Lion, they would have won. Because the Lion is obviously the best tank. Alright, so they need to push here. They do grab C, which is great, but they still need to brawl. So now that they have C, they need to focus on brawling instead of getting C and then brawling. That's what is hard about Canal, is if they don't take C cap early on, they have to get C and brawl at the same time. But if they do get C, they just have to focus on a brawl and maybe someone steps B cap, but then they should still be able to get lots of shots onto the enemy team. Not looking good for Origin here. They are down lots of HP, of course, because of the E50Ms, but they might make up for the DPM. Here comes a large push. Here comes the reactive. 3 of the E50Ms are pushing in. All of the E50Ms are actually pushing in. In comes everybody. N13 taking a lot of damage. Meow taking a lot of damage. Not really working out too well for them here. The AMXs are going to push through forward here. This isn't looking good for Origin. They have 2 E50Ms who really aren't doing too much. They're going to try and step B, but it's not going to matter. The AMXs pushed through and grabbed cover fire. Origin will not take this one home. It will be 0-2 to Origin. And then right after this, we will be switching to the North American server. 3 E50Ms, last one left. 2 E50Ms in a hurry, excuse me. Down goes one, and then those two were very, very close to dying as well. So they did the same thing, they just didn't learn from their mistake. And Akva really just capitalized on it very, very quickly and very, very well. Great job there. So now we are switching to the other server now. A lot of switching. I don't think it's the worst though. I don't have to input all of my credentials as it's just loading right now, which is weird. As I'm using the portal or the client, the Wargaming client, it should just automatically do that for me. Okay, so it's not letting me log into my NA account. It's just loading, which is really weird. And now, unfortunately, there is a black screen. I should be able to do that, and it should pop up here soon. Blitz should run. There we go. Alright, let me look. Rune 4, here we go. Back to this screen, perfect. Next map will be Middleburg. So I think Rivals Cup is the press account name, because press accounts do have names before you get them, and Rivals Cup 2025 is the name of the temporary press account. They only have it during the tournament duration, and then Wargaming shuts them all off. Cora. So just, yeah, right here. The Origin player. Just look up that on YouTube, and he should come up. Cora, and then just doubled. Let me change the score real quick. 0-2. So if Origin loses this next match, it will be a clean 3-0 sweep. Which, of course, we don't want. We don't want that for any teams, unfortunately. But, you know, I'm an NA player. Of course, I want my NA boys to win. Let me look if I do have a Middleburg map. I'm not sure. I actually don't think I have a Middleburg video. Huh. No, I do actually. Never mind, it was hiding. Alright, so we do see very, very similar lineups here. Ranger and a Kron. And here we go. So we do have Akva over here capping B instantly. We have 2 tanks down low here. If Akva does push through, they can actually easily win this map. The AMX is spotted up top, as well as most of the Origin team, but they are not spotted up top. Okay, so I just found out my mic is very, very sensitive to my breathing through my nose. So sorry if you had to hear that. Just really weird. I have a suppressor on and it shouldn't be hearing that at all. But we do have Origin finally claiming C here. It's 2 and 5B down here who's gonna anchor, and the N13 kind of might just be out in the open if they do make a push here. Which it looks like they will, and they will find the 2 and 5B in the AMX. It's just a matter of what the entirety of the Origin team are going to do at up top. N13 is spotted, Cora is spotted. Cora does miss this shell, unfortunately. So does N13. Lots of bounces at the start here. But yeah, this is not looking too well, as N13 has bounced 2 shells in a row and has taken 3. It looks like they are going to try and push N13, and then Core is just back there helping. Down comes the Origin team, all except for Ranger. Ranger is doing his own little thing. In come the push through A here. They need to try and catch Atlantic out, which they actually are. Atlantic will most likely be their first victim here. We do see a push back here. Did Cora push up? No, Cora did not push up. This actually looking really, really good for Origin here. They, Akva has pushed into lots of Origin crossfires. We do have a Kron E50M going over there. The E50M should win. Once the Kron plays it very, very nicely. Dima should be going down here very, very quickly as well. Down goes Dima. It is a 7v5 right now. Down goes Kofi. And N13 will be picked off as well. We do have a 1v1 over here, Akame versus Uneven. Akame will most likely lose that one. It looks like the Kron actually will win the 1v1 against the E50M. Great job there. The E50M didn't play it too well, and Origin does get this one very, very quickly. Once the brawl actually starts. Uneven is the last player remaining. And they might let him duke it out in the 1v1. Unfortunate. Now they're not gonna let him. GG's. Origin has finally put themselves under the board here, and it will be 1-2. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe and join the Discord for the future tournament streams, as I'll be posting all of my tournament streams in the Discord. I have one tomorrow, and then it is every weekend after that. I think for 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure. It is a pretty long one because of how the time frames are spaced out, but I'm guessing I have to stream for a little bit over an hour and a half left. We are only on our second one out of 4, so not even halfway done. If Akva does win, we will be halfway done though. I think the tiebreaker will be on... Yeah, the tiebreaker will be on NA. Let me look again. Yeah, all of the tiebreakers will be played on the NA server. Now we all look ready. We're just waiting for the organizer. Alright. So we do see kind of the exact same strat here from Origin, and the exact same strat here from Akva as well. Except they do have a whole re in the back, actually trading that out for, I'm pretty sure, an M4 MLE. BZ this time instead of a Kron. We will see how that works. Even Steven did cap B, and then he should be able to kind of go out here on the right and be free. He will soon here get spotted if Cafe does come push this way, which he will. Even Steven reacts in time, just shoots the wall. Unfortunately, that was definitely a shot failure. I think he was definitely aimed in the correct spot. He just, the shot failed to go where he wanted it to. Origin taking lots of leads here. We could see a 3-1 here if Origin doesn't get their game together and start getting lots of leads. This is looking good over here though. We have a 2v2, an AMX MLEs. Whiskey needs to get out of that kind of, what is the word? Out of the positioning to where he will be in the crossfire of uneven here. They need to focus the E50M and they will start to feel good. Although lots of players on the Origin team are slowly dwindling down in HP. These two actually being one of them. The BC is coming to help. They just can't push too far. The Holy is right there. And I'm not sure if they know that. Nice shot from the BZ-A09. The BZ actually counters reactive because it has HE shells and has shells. We have a counter push on this side over here. This 1v1, the AMX should win that 1v1 as long as he... Nope, he actually did not pen that shell. Looking a little bit better for Origin. They're coming back here. They do kill uneven. It is a 5v7 for Origin here. A 2v1 here. These players here need to start getting into the game and try and kill even Steven or help Coffee. They're going to most likely leave the Ho-Ri out of the game. In comes Akame, and actually Origin will most likely come out of a win with this. They did turn it around. BZ will get a nice HE shell on the side as well. Turns Atlantic so even Steven can shoot him. Up, down, left, right did win the 1v1 with the AMX very, very unexpectedly. Cora comes in with the kill there, well, almost the kill on the AMX, and all that is left is Dima. And it looks like he's just going to turn and look the other way. GG's. It is now 2-2. Winner of this game will decide the winner of this set around. Fort Despair will be the next map. Let me look if I do have a Fort Despair map. Uh-oh. I do not. So we will just be doing Fort Despair without a map video. Oh, I found it. Never mind. It's hiding at the bottom. Right next to my other few. I need to move that after stream because it is way out of place. I do have a Fort Despair map actually. So last game here will decide this, and we will decide if Origin will be 2-0 or 1-1 against these EU teams. Fat fingered the wrong button. Alright, so all of Akva will be going towards the right, except for the two super conquerors over here. They will be anchoring. This is actually a great spot to anchor right here. And then, because the E50 will be able to crossfire right there as well. That's a great place to anchor if they do decide to anchor there. Origin all spread out, but they are bleeding a lot. Both teams are actually bleeding a lot. Origin kind of just started with a little bit less hit points here. Both teams sitting silent. We do have Dima in the corner here. Let's see, where are the light/medium tanks for both teams? There's a Ranger spotting heavy side in the T100 LT, and here's, I don't even know how to say that, the E50M kind of spotting, not really spotting. I guess all they could spot is the T100 LT. Does get a shot into the T100 LT. Great job there. Oh, that's actually in the AMX. Nice job. The T100 LT moved off here towards A. What's up, Tread, Teo, Saudi, Treasurer, RC, Bill, and everybody else coming into chat. Welcome in. So obviously not much happening now, just waiting for another team to make a play. Origin is up on base cap just ever so slightly, and they are going to try and expect a push from Akva here, as Akva technically does need to make the push. Origin needs to kind of see where they would push. Obviously, Origin only has C cap, so they need to defend both A and C at the same time. The smarter play here would be go for C if we were Akva, which is why most of the tanks for Origin are towards C. Very, very quiet right now. There's not much happening. Neither team are wanting to push. We actually do see a start of a push here, all lining up. to go on C. Obviously the smarter move, but we do have lots of tanks over here to counter that push. Dima might be leaving from A here. They will be going for the C push here. Here we go. Here is the start of the push. Even Steven in a nice spot there. There we go. Here becomes the big brawl. I do actually expect Origin to win this one simply because of what happened there on the Wild Burger. In comes all of the tanks from Origin. It is a 5v5 right here on base cap to decide who will win. These tanks will come out to the side here and kill these tanks here. Great job. Great focus fires. They need to go for the E50M here. Up, down, left, right, trying to get him kind of cornered here. It's not going to work. Whiskey might go down here soon as well. He needs to get out. No, he will go down here. Great, actually, by Even Steven securing that win because Even Steven HP shared and actually blocked for Whiskey there. So that will be it. Origin will win this match as well. It is 3-2. Origin is up 2-0 against these EU teams. Now we will go back to EU. For, let me see here. Origin versus Love. What is up, Harding? Welcome in. Splooch, see you at the top. Welcome in. Room 4, here we go. Let me change this. Is actually 0-0 here. We do have Old School streaming both sides here as well. Go check out his channel. I think it's just Old School without the underscore. So, make your predictions now. Do you think they will win against Love or lose against Love? We clearly see that Origin, of course, being an NA team, does play a lot better on the North American server. They're pretty iffy on EU. That it might just be ping because of all the face hugging, blocking, HP sharing, Copola sniping that goes on. That could just be the ping factor, but I do think the Origin is actually doing pretty decent on EU, except for the 2 games with Akva on Canal. That was actually pretty rough. So against Love, the maps will be Vineyards, Black Goldville, and a Yukon tiebreaker. Let me check if I do have those maps in the map videos. Vineyards and Black Goldville. I do have Vineyards and I do have Black Goldville. Perfect. Make sure to like and subscribe and join the Discord if you do like this content, as there will be a lot more in the future. And speaking of this tournament in general, this will be going on for the next 3 weeks on the weekends, both Saturday and Sunday at my time, 11:30 in the morning. I've been great, Splooch. How have you been? I do actually think that Origin could come out with a win here as well. They just have to maybe win one on EU, I think, and that will secure them the win. Because it's a little iffy against the last team they played on EU. So we are just waiting on 2 players for Origin to come over. It could be a technological issue. It did take me a little while to sign in on my NA account, even though it should have been just a switch of a button. And yeah, it did take a little longer than normal, even though I am, you know, home on the NA server. So it could just be a technical issue. Let me try and pull up the Discord here, hopefully. And show you guys everything. If there's anything new, actually, let me check personally real quick. Actually, everything looks good. There's nothing new. I don't think I need to show the Discord. I can look at other scores. So Room 1, Love won against Akva 3-1. Okay, so obviously Love is going to be a harder team to play for Origin. And then Quick won 2-3 against Seymour. Quick lost to BPS. Let's see. Love beat BLM 3-2. Okay. Let's look at anything else and see. Okay, so nothing else too much. We do know that Origin, I think at least, is a little bit better than BLM. And BLM only lost by 2-3 against Love. Yes, Lagunda, it is Origin versus Love. 0-0. So, yeah. Make sure to go check out the other streamers for their POV and their overhead view, as they are streaming. There's 2 different groups. I'm in group A, and then there's a group B. I am in the bigger group, I would say. Let me look. First map is Vineyards. Yep, so let me get Vineyards ready. We should be good to go as soon as N13 ready's up. And then this will be the 3rd match, or I would say game, underway. The 3rd out of 4. Alright, so Origin is in the blue now, Love is in the red. We do have Jer here, or Jerry, however you want to pronounce it, capping A base. Nobody on B yet. Lots of blind fires. Lots and lots of blind fires towards A. They don't get any though. We do see all of Origin more on the right side, except N13. He is anchoring down in the back corner. Yep, anchoring down in the back corner for spots. And let's see, we don't have any anchors for T100 for Love except for the T100 LT kind of just spotting back here. There's a little bit of purple on the map. I'm not sure what that's from. I think it's just being zoomed out so far. Yeah, you can see the purple houses, and then I zoom in and they're gone. So not much happening now. Actually, Tastling from, I think he actually is streaming his POV too. So there's 3 streamers right now. I don't know what's up with these pink houses. But Tastling taking lots of damage in the E50M over towards the left here. Kind of just sitting there doing nothing as one of their strats. Jerry taking a lot. Origin doing great on EU so far. The only shot that they have taken is from Ranger, who just poked A side. Love is not better than Akva. You think the Origin's gonna win? Alright, we'll have to see. You can actually bet on this. Of course, it's not gonna be with real money. It's gonna be like a currency. I think there's a reward if you win. Like the bet amounts if you win. So do check that out in the Discord. You can still bet until whenever Ben does do the scores for tonight. So we do see a big push here from Origin all towards the right side here. There is Hasi is the only one down here. They do spot him, and they're just going to try and go in through and get here as well. Akva is top 2. Well, they are a Mercy team, so I would say yeah, close to. They're just going in. The AMX is fully going in here. The E50M's coming behind. Gent will go down here. I'm not sure if that was the best play. If they do kill Tastline here, that will be great. Down he goes. Now the E50M's just need to pick up the kill on Hasi here. We do see a 2v1 on the other side. N13 will go down there. BZ needs to get into the game and try and get side shots onto the tanks here. He's about to put a big one in here. Actually, no. Cora does get the kill on the T100 LT. Perfect. 2 E50Ms will clear out Toby as well. We will move to the left here for the Kron trying to grab B cap. It will not work. Origin will win here on EU, mostly because of the base cap, I would say here. Unfortunately, Even Steven doesn't pen. Actually might come back if Even Steven does go down here. The E50Ms need to rush in here and kill Rio, even though he has reactive on. And I actually still do think this is a Origin win, even though it is kind of close. It is a 2v3. The Kron has no shells left. As long as this E50M comes here and hits there, they should win. But base cap does decide the game, and Origin does win on EU. So we do have 3 streamers, I'm pretty sure. Tastelene right here. Oh, I did not mean to click on it. Tastelene right here will be. Wait, is there a wargaming mod? I think that is a wargaming mod. I'm not sure. Tastelene here in the E50M, and then old school here. Both streaming the Love POV and overhead. And I am the only one streaming for Origin. So same map here. The Vineyards, they will just swap spawns here. And now if Origin can get 2-0 up against Love here, that would be really, really great. It'd be really exciting if Origin does go 4-0 against these EU teams. The next EU team they play is... After this will be quick. We look pretty much on schedule as well, maybe 15 minutes behind, not too bad. I do expect at least another hour of streaming, maybe. Depends on how all the matches go. So we do see lots of E50Ms going left for Love 4, to be exact, T100 LT grabbing B, and kind of spread out for Origin here. Actually, they do have Cora here in the town. We will see how well that works. Lots of blind fires from the E50s over there. They do... Ooh, Ranger does get tracked and shot there. He applies reactive, which wasn't the best though. He kind of preemptively got it really quick. Now if Origin does make a YOLO here... Oh no, this could look very, very bad here for Love. Cora, of course, will go down. But if they just YOLO and take these two tanks out and then move on to Jerry, it will be a very, very easy win for Origin here. Trying to get an HE shell on the Flamingo. It doesn't actually get HE. Detested will be the next player to be focused here. Jerry needs... We need someone to go out for Jerry. He is just farming the E50M here. And actually, Love is kind of coming back here. They're doing good here. Hold on, I have to sneeze real quick. Alright, we're good now. Meow, getting focused next. I think that's a Kame. And Love actually winning this one, even though it's on their server. Gent being the last one alive. Actually, great job by Love. They did HP share pretty well towards the bridge, as Origin didn't really run into cover fire. They kind of ran into crossfires, which obviously didn't work very well, but great job there. We will be switching to North American server now. Oh yeah, if some of you guys are wondering what the cat is, I've had that cat for like so long since I've been streaming. I've been streaming for I think 2 years, maybe 3. But I've always had that cat, and I've kind of just kept it throughout. It's just a cat spinning, and I didn't really have anything else to add there. So, you know, I just put it there as something to like fill up space. The score is 1-1 here. Let me get the room up real quick. Room 4. And let me put the score down. It is 1-1. Okay, so NA does already, or EU does already have their clan on End Day, which is great. They already have Love Dash, so it is easier to call them Love. We do have one press account on NA, which is great to see that some players are playing other servers. I, of course, am playing on my press account on EU. I don't have an EU account. I did, but then the servers are going to merge, so I just didn't think it was worth it anymore. So it is 1-1. So this is I don't know who that is, but that is a streamer. Oh, that's old school. Okay. I was wondering who that was. But no, that's a streamer. That's old school. Because it is a CC press account. Some are like this one. This is a Rivals Cup press account, player press account. This is a community contributor press account. If it says Watt NA or Watt server Blitz community 21 or something. So the next map here is Black Goldville. And then if comes a tiebreaker, it will be on Yukon. Let me know who you guys think will win, Love or Origin here. We should be ready to go, underway. There we go. Alright. So, we do have all of Origin coming over here towards A. And I do think that A would be a little bit of the better side here, as C is kind of excluded. I'm not too sure, as I don't see this in scrims or tournaments really, like, ever. I'm just not too familiar with this map personally. But we have all of the MLEs just running through this way. We have a 200 LC anchoring back in spawn. He will decide to run here soon. Love has capped B here. And going for C, someone needs to cap A, and then Origin will need to make a play on Love here. Love actually does have map control here pretty quickly. Ranger did get out, although he did take a shot of damage. Not looking too good for Origin, as it is on their server. N13 just coming in very, very quickly. He will get shot by Toby here. Toby will use Hesh, and it will not matter. Lots of shots here onto N13. It's not looking very good. We have a counter push here onto Even Steven. Origin is kind of all over the place here. They need to push quickly. They're trading tanks there, and they're going to obviously lose one here. lose 2 here. Korra is in the back there. Origin needs to try and find a tank to focus over here or come back. They're kind of all spread out, like I said again, but they're not focusing too much. We do see another AMX coming over here, up, down, left, right, getting a kill there on the opposing AMX here. They need to try and kill Henry over here. Korra does look like he will almost have the shot. He actually will not. Up, down, left, right will go down here soon, but if Ranger can kill the opposing 200 LT, that will look good. Origin down on base cap here. Down on hit points. It is 915 to 355. I do think that Origin unfortunately will lose this battle here, even though they do have 3 to 3, but the base cap just is so... Almost got shot there. Up, down, left, right. Almost made a bad play. The base cap is already up to 970 almost, and Korra is the only tank with a decent amount of HP. Ranger is going to go down here, and the Love does actually win on NA here. Origin is losing 1 to 2. Welcome back, Dondi. Let me know how Lobster was, man. I've never actually had it before. So, there we go. Updated the score. Origin is actually down. Alright, we might see a tiebreaker here unless Love actually does win here. I do expect Origin to play it a little differently because that was not their playstyle. They were very, very split up in general, when normally they're a lot closer together on one push or another. After this, I will show like what the rooms have done and what the scores are between the different players, and of course I will show it at the end. And we do have a staff member keeping track of all of them, which is great. Right now, okay, never mind, we are actually going into it. I was not paying too much attention. After this match, I will go over the scores for the other tournament battles in tournament teams. Love looking like they're splitting up, trying to do something similar to before. Lots of blind fires happening. Unfortunately, Whiskey does get blind fired on the Origin side. He does take a shot there, losing a little bit of his hit points. Probably, I would say maybe around 10%. So Love initially not taking as much map control. It does look like the team is kind of split down the middle. If you look on the map, they do look like really, really split. Like if you split it right down, I guess not right down the middle, kind of right here, split it down right here. They both equally have a decent amount of map control here. M4 is over here pushing into middle, taking over a little bit of that map control as well. Gentlemen will need to try and back up here. Origin needs to figure out where they are going to push before Love starts to push them unprepared. Again, if Love does win this match, then Origin will lose the round entirely. Kind of miss not having this on Steam, although it would make this tournament even worse with the switching, because on Steam I do have no clip and can go higher than the free cam can actually go. Now it'll be a lot easier to kind of overview, but it makes switching a lot harder. Thankfully I just did it through the Wargaming controller. So all of love pushing back, going towards C here. Most of Origin is kind of in that general area, although not all the way over there. Love is down 2,000 hit points compared to Origin. Origin is grabbing B here. N13 getting shot. And applying reactive. I don't know if that was the best reactive, but nice shot there from Cora. Up, down, left, right. Needs to get out of that situation very quickly. Does put in a nice shell there. Looking great for Origin. We will most likely see a tiebreaker here. We will see Whiskey going to most likely not cap A, as they are already winning on base cap, but to go here for the opposing M4. We have a very big push here from Love. Down goes N13 actually. I'm not sure, there he was right there on the base. Gentleman kind of YOLOing into the Hornet's nest over here with all the other tanks. He does unfortunately shoot the reactive M4 instead of the Super Conqueror, which he could have actually one-shotted. But actually, the one-shot Super Conqueror does go down. Down goes Even Steven for Origin. Up, down, left, right will also get killed as well. Gentleman goes down for Origin. Love looks like they will actually win this one. They did great on focus firing and HP sharing. It is 7,000 to 4,000 on HP. Even though Origin is up on base cap, I do not think that Ranger will be able to take advantage of that base cap, because Talent is going straight for A base if Ranger does do something. That looks to be it. Looks like Fort Despair was not the best game here for Origin. So we will move on to our next round of teams. After this, it will be the final one for today. And then we will have one more tomorrow, which will be shorter. It will only be 3 rounds instead of 4. And then that'll be it for the week. 2 days per week, Saturday and Sundays. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and join the Discord if you want to, you know, have a little extra access to everything that's going on. Join my Discord and join the what is it called? The Blitz Cup server as well. So we are most likely going to have to go back to EU. Unfortunately, this is our last switch to EU. It's not our last switch, but our last switch to EU. Origin is now 2-1 against EU teams. I think they're playing all EU teams today. I am watching BLM tomorrow, and they will play Origin all on the North American server, which will be great. I don't have to keep switching. Here is Quick. And it is now 0-0. That is an O. Alright, so here we go. Everybody over here for Origin on the left, and then Quick on the right. There are lots of different Mercy teams. I think there's at least 5. Not sure which number this one is. I can actually take a peek at that really quick. But let me grab something real quick and copy it and paste it somewhere. Alright, so Quick is Mercy's. Not even on here. Okay, so Quick is its own. It just has some players from Mercy. So we have Mercy's 4 teams are Apathy, Akva, B-Love, and Demo. Then the other 4 EU teams are Love, BPS, QQ, and Quick. Oh wait, we have 12 EU teams, never mind. So the other 8 are Love, BPS, QQ, Quick, BKLZH, don't know what that is, Let It, Emor, and one other. And my Discord just went black. Okay, that was very weird. Now it's back. And then Storm. And then for NA we have Joker, Origin, Apex, and BLM. The maps for this round will be Winter Malanovka, Port Bay, and a tiebreaker on Lagoon if needed. We are just waiting for 2 players from Origin to log into their press accounts. Originally, I didn't think I would stream longer than 2.5 hours, but it might look like that, which is alright, because tomorrow will only be 3 rounds. Tomorrow will be BLM versus, hold on, I need to find it somewhere. Day 2. So round 1, day 2, here we go. It will be BLM versus Akva, BLM versus Origin, and BLM versus Quick. So I guess all of the same teams, just as a BLM POV. Tomorrow, Origin will be playing against QQ, BLM, and Emor. This one's gonna be tough. Hey, that's good. It's good to have tougher opponents. I'd rather watch a tiebreaker on NA than a 3-0 where Origin gets cooked or something. Is Mercy a Russian clan? I have no clue what Mercy is. I am not very dabbled into EU clans. I have like 4 EU clans on Discord, and that's about it. A little late with the winter one. Sorry about that. I was taking a sip of my drink. So we do have all of Origin going towards A, except for the 2 back here anchoring. Cora's in a great anchoring spot, and even is just there to spot the C cap if they do move forward with that. Very, very even hit points. Quick is only up by around 600. And I'm very interested to see in who will win this last round here. So unfortunately, my game is bugging a little bit. You can see a little 2 black dots over by Cora on the left. It's just not loading properly, I don't think. As when I zoom in, they go away. And then I zoom out, they go back. So not much happening now. They have great bleeds from Origin onto Trismeal over here. Ranger in a nice spot. I do not know how he got up there. He definitely got boosted somehow. I'm guessing by the E50M. Don't think you can just run up here, because Origin did start from the right, so yeah, I'm guessing he did have to boost up there. But that is a great spot there. He does get shot by the T100 LT in the turret somewhere. I can't see where. No, we actually got shot in the hole, bottom of the hole, near the tracks. We have a push coming from Origin on the backside. Even Steven about half HP. Striker taking a lot of shots as well. We still have Cora back here, even though he is spotted. 97th isn't going to go into that crossfire. Actually, no, he's kind of faking it. I'm not sure if he will or won't. Origin taking B cap. Mista taking a lot of damage here. Over here we have a small push onto Trismeal to try and pick up some cap points for a kill here. Striker getting low, Mista getting low. Lots of players are on the verge of death here that could kind of change the tide of the game here. Cora still a decent amount of HP. Down goes Trismeal, down goes Mista, so they effectively have traded. They just need to try and keep even Steven and N13 alive for Origin. Striker looks to be in a pretty decent position here until the E50M comes up behind him on his right. Very, very even trades here, but Origin is down 3,000 hit points, not looking good. Got a nice kill there, although it is 2 full health tanks against now 1/2 HP light. So it looks like they will win this one very, very quickly. Quick will finish this one quickly. Alright, Quick is up 1-0. So let me go back into that real quick. So B-Love lost to Let It. B-Love won 3-0 against Apex. Apex won 3-1 against Storm. Joker won 3-1 against both Apathy and Demo. Quick lost to Emor, so if Origin loses to Quick here, they might lose to Emor. And that is all that I can get in the time frame. So the most notable one I would say is Apex 3-0 against B-Love. That probably wasn't looking very well for them. We will see how they play here in the future, and if I will spectate Apex or not. We do see a E50M coming in hot over here, trying to take advantage of A side. We have 3 E50Ms coming in here for Origin. This is still on the EU server, so they do have a chance to win on the NA server as well if they do lose this one, and then go to a tiebreaker on the NA server. Quick taking almost the entirety of the map under control as well. They do have a anchor back here in the E50M. It is always great to have a tank to anchor, as in if the E50Ms go up here and push Rambo, they will get crossfired the entire time by that E50M Evo. So Origin has deserted A and is slowly making their way towards C base here. And do remember there is a 3-minute delay, so things will not happen in real time. Very, very even so far. Each team has one, or I guess Origin now has 2 tanks that have bled. Core taking a shot there from the Chieftain. I'm guessing it was HE. No, it was actually AP. Okay. 2 shots there from the Chieftain. But they are up on base cap, so they do need to kind of rearrange to either hold A or stop B, and the T100 LT is going right into B. They need to make some type of play here, and they can't just let him instantly go to B. That would not be best case scenario here. Unfortunately, they do let him get it unspotted until afterwards. We will see how Origin will play this, because Mercy, Dirty taking a lot of damage for leaving that. That is unfortunate. I guess that did put them up a little bit, because this light tank is 1 shot now, potentially, to, you know, like a fire or something, but 2 shots of most likely everything else. This T100 LT needs to be safe, as the E50 is coming in here to try and clean him up, although he does have a Chieftain to help him. E50M was spotted here. AMX is moving into B unspotted. Here they go, they get spotted here. 97th, not taking any shells. Cora backing out of that one very, very quickly. I'm not sure if Origin will actually be able to get into B effectively, but we have 5 tanks popping reactive right now, doing a lot of damage here in the middle. This is the main brawl that we need to focus on here. Origin obviously losing this brawl by a decent amount, down by 2,000 HP and base cap. 920 base cap. This will most likely be a base cap win for Wick here, and it will 2-0 against Origin. Cora needs to get in a big shell here on the AMX. Does get a nice kill. Okay, making it a little bit closer. Origin still needs to go and fiend for some kills here. E50M trying to go for the T100 LT. Doesn't get there, but instead is going to get to C. Chipsick did bounce, or not bounce, failed penned a shot on Even Steven, but he will pick it up on Cora. 970 base cap, and that is a quick wins game number 2 on EU. We will now switch over to NA for the final switch of today. And the potential last 3 games on NA if they play it correctly. Could be 2 more games left, could be 1, could be 3. Depends on how Origin plays. But as well, I will be giving away tanks, or not tanks, fan containers after stream, and so make sure you either comment on the video afterwards or comment in the live stream so I know that you are here to put you into like the raffle or whatever. I'm going to put all the names in, spin the wheel, and then try and contact you through Discord, so try and have your name the same if possible. I will post screenshots of the winners in my Discord, so do join that. If Origin do lose this round, I think they did fair. Overall, they could have done a little bit better against Love, I feel. But 2-2 obviously isn't the worst. It is just, you know, mid, of course. 2-2, 50% wins. I think it wasn't horrible, but it definitely could have been a little bit better if they're trying to do well in this tournament. 3-1 would have definitely put them in a great spot here. Of course, 4-0 would have been better, but honestly, not sure. If we do see 3 games here and a tiebreaker, then stream should be going on for another 30 minutes, I would say. So a 3-hour, light little 3-hour stream. Tomorrow will most likely just be 2 hours, as I do have that one already pre-made. It is on my channel already. I do see these EU players taking advantage of their NA press accounts, playing the tanks that they don't have. Honestly, it's smart. That's what I do on my press account. I play the tanks that I don't have on my main account. Obviously, they do too. There's the 116 F3. Nobody really has that, unless you bought it for an absurd amount of money. But game number 3 should be underway here soon. I'm not sure. I don't think if the results have been posted. Everything looks to be going smooth in the Discord, and on stream has been decent as well. If you want my Discord here, I will post it momentarily. Give me 1 second. Join this to see if you won the fan container giveaway. and just copy that into the browser. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you like this content, as I will be doing the official wargaming streams, the one before Reforged, most likely, if you guys like this style of content. No keys. I mean, you still do get rewards for watching. What's up, Alone Assassin? Welcome in. When we do get closer to the finals, I will be giving away battle passes, and then potentially on the last stream I might give away a tier 10 tank. That's from my giveaways personally. The fan containers and battle passes are from Wargaming and Tolian. If I do a tier 10 one, then that will be personally from me. But we are taking a little while here. It's alright though. So Port Bay and Lagoon do match up. I do have a Port Bay and Lagoon map videos, so we are all good and set, just waiting for Origin to ready up. Alright, we look to be all good now. Hopefully. I'm missing one player for quick. So this could be the last game of stream here if Quick does 3-0 Origin. Could definitely be the last game here. Origin might put up a fight, might be 2-2 or 3-1, and then maybe potentially a tiebreaker on Lagoon, although based off the 2 EU games I'm not too sure. Okay, so we're gonna wait a little while. They're having a little technical problems. Yeah, I don't think anyone's failing to entertain a lone assassin. This has definitely been pretty good, I'd say, all around here. The only 3-0 in the tournament, I think, is Apex, which is a little unfortunate, being an NA team. But let me check once again so far. The only oh wait, no, Emor 3-0'd QQ. And B-Love 3-0'd Apex. Okay, so 2 3-0s. So hopefully we can play here soon. It's potentially the last game, but we're just waiting. I'm not sure what's happening. The room organizer is going on and offline. I'm gonna try and find something new in the Rivals Cup Discord. So let's see how the other two NA teams are doing so far. Joker and BLM. Joker won 3-1 twice against Apathy and Demo. Great for them so far. And BLM has won one and lost one so far. I've only seen 2 rounds of each group, or I'd say room. But I will tell you guys the final scores at the end and anything else that you need. Hopefully we're good to go. I think we are. There we go. Port Bay should be the map. There we go. I definitely would say Port Bay is an interesting map. I have not seen too many competitive games on a Port Bay, but we will see one now and we will see how that goes. Of course, we do have 2 50Ms going to the right. I do remember seeing that previously. Both teams have E50Ms going that way. Rambo is just a little bit slower. He does take 400 damage for that, which isn't the most. Both teams bleeding a small little bit. The AMX is pushing up here. Oh no, Rambo getting shot and on fire, and he is dead. Alright, CH Draconic have a good one. Liberty going down here soon. Not looking good for Quick at all. It is 5v7 now. Origin is up. So it does look like they are coming back here soon. Origin doing a great job, up 5,000 hit points. They should just be able to YOLO on it, and I think they kind of have to because there's a T100 LT in their rear. And yeah, I think that was a very, very easy game for them to win, actually. The E50M was late here, and they kind of just overpowered and took advantage of that. All of these tanks will go down very, very, very quickly. We can't really name them because of they're all the same name. Rivals Cup. I guess they can name them off their numbers. Like 57 just died. Then number 50 over here is gonna die here soon. And that was actually a very, very clean sweep by Origin. It is now 2-1. Alright, same map. I will not do the map video, but if Origin wins again, could be a tiebreaker. Origin might go 3-1. Overall, we will see. I will let you guys know about the rounds and groups tomorrow, as they were just posted right after this round ends. Alright, so same strats for both teams here, I would say. Only one E50M for Ranger on Origin. Oh, actually, we do see Quick going to heavy side over here. They don't have any medium tanks whatsoever. All M4s and then 1, 2, and 5B. So they're definitely going to stay in town here. I do think that that could potentially be good as long as Origin doesn't, you know, just hold B. If Origin holds B, that could look pretty bad here, but they definitely will not because rivals will just be sitting here. Actually, they might. They might. If they're getting it slowly, I did not know the OV had shells over here. Origin doing a great job out here firing against the AMXs. Cora will go down, obviously, to these 3 players over here. If I was Cora, I would have stayed here doing as much damage as I can. Both of the MLEs will go down here as well. It will soon... Oh no. The turret kills Ramboli. And yeah, it is a 4v7 here. Origin does win. Another clean sweep here, I would say. Over double the hit points. And wow, Origin did come back and make a fight here. Liberty going down to Gentleman right there. Oh no, Gentleman misses the shot. That is unfortunate. Although it is a win no matter what. We just have these 2 MLEs over here and this one over there. So that will be a very, very fast sweep. Okay, that obviously didn't go where he shot. You saw the tracer shell. He shot at the M4 and it went over here towards the mountain, which was unfortunate. Last game will be used here for the tiebreaker on the last round. Last map, last round, last game. This decides with all the marbles here who will win this round. Whoever wins this round, I think, gets a little bit better seeding. Actually, no, seeding is already decided for the next day. It is 2-2 here. Tiebreaker is on Lagoon. Origin is 2-1 right now against EU teams. Alright, so last one here, Lagoon. Of course, I am rooting for Origin, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know who I'm rooting for yet on EU. I don't really want to vote or root for one of the Mercy teams because there's 4 of them. I feel like rooting for one would be rooting for 4. And I don't know. I don't want to root for 4 teams at once to win out of a 16-team bracket. I'm gonna go with, I don't know, honestly. Maybe Love. Maybe, what was the other one? BPS? I don't know. Last map here will be Lagoon. And then after this game, I will go over tomorrow's stream as well as anything else you guys need to know. Make sure to join the Discord if you're not in it. I will randomly be picking 3 winners from either the live stream or the YouTube comments. And yeah, make sure to do that. Make sure to also like and subscribe, and we will be underway with our next match here shortly. Alright, so we do see Origin kind of spread out here as well as Quick. Whiskey will go in very, very quickly to B. That, I don't know if that was a very good idea. He's gonna take an extra shell for that. It's a very preemptive kind of push there all by himself. He's already taken half the damage in the final tiebreaker. Not looking good for Whiskey. Uh-oh. Quick will be grabbing base A, and Origin will be grabbing base C over here. We see Korra obviously does like playing the hurry, and I do think that it actually suits him. He did great in it the past few games. Go check out his POV, as well as Taskling's POV, and Old School, who's also streaming this match. It does look like Origin does have a lot more map control. We will see how well that works out. Uh-oh, this could be pretty bad. Uh-oh, Korra spotted. He's going straight to where the T100 LT is. 575, great job. What's up, Miserable? Welcome in. Origin down about 2,000 hit points here. Not looking too good right now. Although they are kind of pressuring the AMXs right here to just kind of sit in the middle and do nothing. They are getting a lot more bleeds, and this is going to be a very nice poke route down left right, although his Cupola is kind of out in the open. That's the only problem here. Whiskey kind of needs to stay back for now. Even Steven getting pushed by 2 players. We will see a push here by Origin momentarily. Everything is even, although it does look like Origin will cap base B. Nope, Whiskey goes right through it. Origin is up on base cap, not base cap, I mean hit points. Getting a push through here with the Kron and the AMXs. The Kron needs to, oh no, low rolls, 22 HP, that is unfortunate. Needed to get that gun out of the game a little bit quicker. They are down on HP once again here. Gentleman picking up rivals, perfect. Needs to pick up the 200 LT if possible, but I don't think he will. Not looking the best for Origin. It is a 5v4. Korra over here in a 1v1. Doesn't look like he will win that. And I do think that Quick will win this round. Origin will go 2-2 against these European teams. Ranger going down here very shortly to NA5, and that will be the end of stream and end of day 1. That will be it. GG's. So let me get out this real quick and pull up the Discord. Here are the official results. So Origin lost to 1-2. Let's look at all of them actually. So let's see. Akva winning 3-0 against Quick. And Origin just lost to Quick, even though they beat Akva 3-2. Okay, so definitely these teams are a lot more, what is the word? They're a lot similar to each other. And it's not all just, like a sweep. So this Slashes here, they will be playing this game tomorrow. I won't be streaming it, I don't think. But B-Love 3-0 Apex. Apex 3-0'd Let It. Okay, so they kind of made up for their 3-0. Joker won all of their games 3-1 against these teams. That is great. So we will be streaming BLM tomorrow. BLM lost 3-1. They lost against BPS, Love, and QQ. Alright, so they do seem to be a little bit worse than Origin, but not by too much. Let me look at the tournament infos real quick. So we will be room 3 and room 4, I think. Room 3 for BLM Akva and BLM Quick. And then room 4 for Origin versus BLM. It will be straight just NA, no switching. There'll be a lot less switching tomorrow, which will be great. And yeah, I think that is it. I will roll giveaway winners here shortly. Make sure to come in the stream tomorrow, same time, 11:30 a.m. for me. A little bit early, but not too bad. I think it was a great stream. Let me know how you think it was in the comments after the stream or in DMs or whatever. And that will be it for day 1 of Blitz Rivals Cup. I will see you all tomorrow for BLM. I'm following BLM the entire day tomorrow. It should be showing, not here, but here. BLM. Let's see. Let's look at the times. 11:30, 12, and 12:30. Thank you everybody for coming in stream, and I will see you all later. Alright, make sure to go check out Cora, Old School, and Tasseling. They all we were all streaming like together right there. And let me look back here, something new. I don't know what that is. I'll look at that later. I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day.